Uniques and Path of Exile are the legendaries of Diablo 4 or Diablo 3 or whichever Diablo game you can think of, which makes them sound like they're the best things to get. They're uniques, they're super rare. But are they actually? Are they actually better than something that you could just drop by being lucky and it's just a rare or even a blue sometimes? Well, let's talk about it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live. And let's get into it. So here you can see my character. I've been really working on it. And I've been really thinking, hey, I have a lot of uniques that I've dropped. Some of them I actually have equipped myself because I thought they were good. So let's think about some other ones that I actually could get. So I went through this website, PoE2B, and you can see that you have all of the uniques in the entire game divided by weapon, armor, and other, which is essentially like rings and amulets and all this other stuff, right? And this way I can actually go for a thing that I care about in my build, for example, spirit, look for things that have spirit, check if the weapon, armor, whatever is useful or not, and then I can decide whether I want it or not. This applies for, you know, anything you could be interesting for you in your build, like critical hit chance or elemental damage, for example, with attacks, which is something I'm interested in, and so on and so on. But then I thought, well, are they actually that good? For example, I remember dropping this, Thorn's Gloves, a lot of resistances and 33% of elemental damage, damage to cold damage, damage to fire damage, and lightning damage. And this seemed very good when I actually went and tried it myself. I was like, man, this sounds great, because my build, what it does is that it wants to do all of these damages. It wants to ignite, it wants to shock, it wants to ease. So this seemed like a great idea to do all of these things, to trigger, for example, my increased elemental damage if you've chilled an enemy recently, if you shocked an enemy recently, and if you have ignited an enemy recently. It seemed great with elemental damage, and it seemed great by the fact that I already have elemental, which makes me do an insane amount of damage every time I crit. And I played for the entire game with these gloves, not really thinking about it. They're unique, they sound great. I bet that they're very, very good, and I'm doing a lot of damage. But then I dropped this rare gloves. I didn't even think about it too much, but I started thinking, man, this gives me a lot of evasion rating, which is something I really care about, and gives me more resistances. And I also leech physical damage as mana. This is kind of very good, but surely it's not better than this. And I want to check my build, and as you can see here, Ice Strike does 4900 damage, and I switched it up with this, and then I'm doing 4800. But everything else went up in damage. Herald of Ice 2500 damage, Herald of Thunder 4000. Which one was before? Herald of Ice wasn't even 2k. So I was like, oh man, so I'm not even sacrificing damage for an insane amount of more defensives. This is actually kind of insane. Like beforehand, before the gloves, I was dying a lot. Because like, this didn't have any defensives. Energy shield 9, that's not really good enough. Yeah, it has the resistances, but this one has way more actually. And it has 69 plus evasion rating, plus 29% evasion rating as well. And that's not even maximum tier, it could be even better. So like, yeah, that's just so much better just for a little bit of less damage. The truth is that uniques are way more limited because they have very special effects. They can't have as many things as a normal rare would have. But a rare doesn't have those limitations. You can put any sort of attribute in them. You can get lucky and get the best of the best. And this means that you can actually fix your build, well, you know, providing everything that it requires right now with a rare. Not so much with a unique. Sometimes, of course, the unique really fits your build perfectly and it fixes it, but it's way more of a specific thing. Rares can actually be so much more adaptable. And the point is that, yeah, maybe sometimes the uniques are better than the way you actually have, but sometimes they aren't. And considering these two possibilities, and thinking about what you can actually do with your build, and trying everything out is very, very important. Don't commit to one idea. Try everything out, see how it goes, and then commit to one. Be very, not careful, but experiment before you actually commit to a decision. That being said, there are also examples of uniques being insanely good for builds. For example, there's a build that I could do with specific lightning. I don't think I'm going to go for this because I don't think it will work. But you can see that you go for this Pillar of the Cage Gauntlet. That increase attack speed for 5 dexterity, increase weapon damage by 5 strength, and increase area effects attacks by 5 intelligence. And then you combine this with, for example, the Astromantis, which gives you 100 attributes to everything, which obviously scales very well with this. And then you get yourself your Black Sun Crest wrapped helm, which also gives you armor, increased strength, dexterity, and intelligence, giving you even further buffs from this. And then you pair it with Hands of Wisdom and Action that give you dexterity, intelligence, making this even better, and increase attack speed per 25 dexterity, again, plus add lightning damage to attacks per 10 intelligence. So all these things together do an insane combo. And I just want to show this, to show you that, honestly, also, there are moments where you're unique, and a unique combo could be absolutely insane. It really, really depends. So think about it, go through the website of all of these uniques, think about it, and then make a decision. And always, you can change your mind afterwards. At least you can actually respec nowadays. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope this helped you a little bit making decisions. And if I got anything wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch, watch me live. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye-bye.